Suga Pies, how's my Suga Pies doing today? You guys, look what we have here today, you guys. I am so excited, Suga Pies. So excited. I've been looking for these and craving them. These are, I don't know, what do you call them? Lamb bites, lamb chop bites. Look how little they are. Been craving these. My husband found them and got them for me. I got corn on the cob, egg, and beef sauce, and I got water on deck. Let's go ahead and say grace. Father God, thank you so much for this meal that I'm about to receive. Let it be nourishing to my body and the blessing to my soul. Father God, bless everybody that's under the sound of my voice. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Amen. Let's dig in. This is going to be episode number 3. The major question of what happened to my late husband. So we're going to do this real quick because so much going on in the background, you guys. I got to get school homework and food and everything. So let's go ahead and take a couple bites and then we'll tell the story real quick. We may just do half of it and to be continued. Alright, Suga Pies, let's go ahead and dig in. Let's start with this over here because it seems like it's going to fall. Let's start off with the corn on the cob. Oh my gosh. Why does it look like you guys are so far away? This is going to get messy. Cheer. Here we go. I keep telling you guys, do corn on the cob with the beloved. I put too much. Ooh. I went a little. I went a little bit too overboard with the. Woo. I put 2 times spice in there. Ooh. What is that? Oh, I put too much. Oh, Billy. Okay, here we go. I hope I cooked this right. I'm gonna taste it without the sauce. Wow. 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 I got carried away with the sauce, with the hot sauce. I put the 2 times spicy. What am I hearing? Ooh. Mm. 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 I'm gonna whoop his butt. I told him I'm recording. Just selfish. Kids. Boy, this is a weapon. What's that? Oh my god, I put too much hot sauce. Ooh. This is so good. So delicious, you guys. Oh. Mm. 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 Oh. Oh, I put too much. Should have just let the be. Mm. Oh my god, so good, you guys. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. We got water because why? Because water does a what? Does body good. Mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Ooh, Billy. Excuse me. Excuse me, said Billy Bop. I burned my lip. Ooh. If you can't sit at your table, I can see, being out in public or at somebody's house. But if you can't sit at your table in your privacy of your own home, smack, lick, burp, holla, then you are one sad person. I'm sorry. But if you cannot enjoy your meal while you're in your privacy of your own home, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. That is just... No, in public, of course, you will never see me. If I was sitting in front of you in person, you would not see me do this. No. But if you are in your privacy of your own home, come on, man. Enjoy. Telling you something about the smack, and it does something to that taste bud. It's so good. It's just so spicy. Okay. After this one. So good. I have one more in the corn, but let's go ahead and start. Whew, that was amazing, you guys. Delicious. Okay, so where we left off, you know, the difference, the being in love, you know, with somebody outside my race. So I'm just gonna skip through. We get married. Excuse me. We get married. Now, there was a lot that happened before we got married. A lot. And I may do a story just for that. And the only reason why I'm not including it right now is because I really gotta think about it, because it is a little bit too personal. Which I don't mind sharing. I just, who's gonna be watching? If anybody would watch it. So, a lot happened. We get married. At the wedding, it was just me, him, of course the pastor, my grandma, my mother-in-law, and my father-in-law, and the kids, the boy's niece. It was a quick wedding, because we wanted to spend the money on a honeymoon, and it was St. Martin, baby. Oh my gosh, beautiful. We went for a whole week. Everything was included. Oh my god, it was breathtaking. So we got married, went to St. Martin, you know, just lived the normal life. We were living with my mother and father-in-law because we were saving. He was going to school, college, and working at an orthopedic, and I was working at White Castle as a manager. And we were going to school. He was going to school, I was going to work. He was going to school and work, and I was going to work. And whew, stuffed. And we stayed at my mother-in-law so we can save. And let me tell you, we were good at saving because we were saving, you know, to get a house. So I, you know, had my first child and my middle child. So, you know, just living the life. You know, I got so many videos. Christmas videos, Easter videos, Halloween videos, birthday videos. You know, just living the life. You know, we had 2 bedrooms that, you know, my mother-in-law gave us. And that's where we put our stuff and all that. We didn't really have much because we never, like, literally, like, lived outside by ourselves. And, you know, living the life. And he graduated from Baker College with his master's for orthopedic, and I have video of that. And he was doing amazing, doing great, you know, going to work. I was, you know, I was a manager, you know, a manager at White Castle, making good money. And then we find out we're pregnant with our third. And he was a little bit shocked, just a little bit, because we weren't expecting this. But then he was so thrilled. Oh my gosh, he would rub my stomach, would say stories and kiss my stomach, you know, for, you know, with our third. I mean, he did it with all of them, but our third child, you know, it was just, I guess, like he knew something was going to happen. So, you know, just living the normal life, I'm going to come to the day before. Well, that prior week before he passed, there was so much going on. Like, he'll go turn off the TV or turn it on, and it flickers and it, like, damages, like it stops working. So that was one. One time he took me, that week, he was like, baby, I want to take you out to eat. So we went to Logan's, Texas, Logan House, Logan, I don't know, I forget what it's called. We went there, and then I was driving because I just got off work and he wanted to meet me, so he came and I was like, well, I'll take 2 cars. So I got in my car, and then we drove to the restaurant. And I remember sitting there and he was ready to open the door. You know, it was like old school because it was what, 2008. He was ready to open the handle, and when he opened it, it broke. So it was like everything, like it was crazy. Like everything he would touch would break. It was the weirdest thing ever. So, you know, you don't think nothing of it. So the last night, wow, that hit hard when I said the last night for him. I never felt it like that. But the last night, I was at work. It was like 9, 9, 10. I don't remember. It was 8:30, 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. And he called and he goes, baby, I want to take you and the boys, because we had our 2 and I was pregnant with our 3rd. And he was like, I want to take you guys out to eat. And it was my favorite restaurant. It was Taboo, an Arabic restaurant. And I'm like, David, I am tired. I'm ready to come home. I'll just bring some White Castles because that was our routine. So I get, so he's like, no, I want to go out with you guys. So I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, okay. And that restaurant was like around the corner from my job. So he came and we all drove, you know, he drove his car, I drove my car. And we get there and I haven't seen him yet. So when he gets out, he's dressed. Oh my gosh, he used to dress up. He had some dress shoes, dress slacks, dress top, looked sharp. And he had the boys looking to the T. He was really strict on that. The boys had to look really sharp. So, and I'm like, and here it is. I'm wobbling, I'm pregnant, and wearing White Castle and smelling like onions. So, but I didn't care. I'm like, oh, okay. We went into the Taboo and there was a wedding. We went inside, you know, and it was just, you know, Arabic wedding, Middle Eastern wedding. It was loud, beautiful. And, you know, we went and sat down. They gave us the middle table. You know, they knew us. So they gave us the middle table right next to the wedding. So, you know, we're eating and enjoying. And then while we, you know, we ordered and while we were waiting, you know, they started doing the dubke, you know, and all that good stuff. It's a dance. And he gets up. He pulls his chair, stands on his chair and start dancing Arabic. And there was like camera recorded and stuff, and I tried everything to find them. I called the place. I wanted to know who was recording because I wanted that clip. So they recorded the bride. Everybody was looking at him. They were all just, you know, clapping and all that good stuff. So they, you know, they did all that. You know, he sat down. We ate. Truly had an amazing evening. I'm so happy that I said yes. So we're driving and I'm driving right behind him, and the boys wanted to be with me, so of course, yes. And we're driving and that was, damn, why is it hitting me different today? I tell the story a lot, but for some reason it's hitting me different today. You know, we drove, and that was the last time I was driving behind him. So we get to the house, and, you know, he get the boys situated and stuff, and the TV, our TV, you know, in the bedroom stopped working because for some reason when he touched it, it like flickered off. So he laid the boys, and I remember him sitting, he read them stories. I wish I recorded that moment. So he was, you know, sitting and just reading stuff, and I'm like, what is this? You know, I mean, he's was very active with the boys, but this was just different. So I went downstairs to, I think get water. Yeah, it was water. I went downstairs, and, you know, and then he was in with the kids were asleep, and he comes downstairs, and, you know, we get water, we're talking, laughing, and all that, and then I was going upstairs. And I was going upstairs and he was right behind me, and he was like tapping my behind, just like, oh, I'm gonna get you, you know, just trying to scare me because it was pitch black, you know, the lights were all off. and I felt something. Oh my God, I would never forget the feeling. It was so, so dark. Um, and at that time, I'm a crazy prayer warrior, but at that time it was in me, but it wasn't like the way I am today. And I wish that I was, because I would have went to town with prayers. But I was terrified. It's gonna turn off. I was going up the stairs, and I remember I kept telling him, baby, something is here, I'm scared, stop doing that. And he's like, baby, come on. So he just kept scaring me. I'm like, no, baby, stop. That, I'm feeling, oh my God, it was so strong, it was dark. And I kept telling him, baby, something, I'm feeling something. He goes, no, and he was just playing around with me. And so then I go to bed, I go lay down, and I remember him, because he made me mad, because I was really terrified. I felt something there. And I remember I laid in the bed, and he came and sat on the edge of the bed. He goes, baby, scratch my back. And I was so mad at him that I didn't. And he scratched his back. And I scratched his back. And I scratched his back. So I can even see it. I can even see him sitting right there. So that goes. Let me fix it, because it's about to turn off. Hold on, guys. Okay, I'm back. So I said no, because I was really mad, because I was feeling something there. So I was like under the covers. And then, we go lay down. He lays down. We just go to sleep. And the next day I woke up. It was Sunday. I woke up so I can go ahead, get up, get the kids ready, breakfast ready, get ready for work and all that good stuff. And so then I went down. Well, the kids were still asleep, but he wasn't in bed. So I went downstairs. He was sleeping in the recliner. So I'm like, baby, wake up. And he's like, okay, he gets up. And I was like, oh gosh, I gotta go to Baker College real quick. And I'm like, on a Sunday? And so I was like, okay, go ahead. He goes to Baker College. But as soon as he got there, he called, and he's like, he called me. He goes, baby, I'm doing Willie's in the parking lot. I remember saying to him, like, why are you doing Willie's in the parking lot? And he goes, security's looking at me. And I'm like, okay, come home. So he came home. He immediately took the boys upstairs to wash them. He washed them, did their hair and everything, sat them down. I always used to watch TD Jakes on Sunday morning, so I was sitting down watching TD Jakes. He brings them, I look, and they're all sitting at the dining room table eating. He made his oatmeal. They made the kids oatmeal, and then I got up, and then I went to the kitchen. The boys went. I think they went in the room to play. I don't remember where they were. Where we seen them, but I don't remember what they were doing. They were little kids, little babies, like 2 and 4. And so I went and made my lunch for work, because I had to be at work. So I had to be at work at 12. And my late husband wanted to take this purse back that he got me that was ugly. And he said, okay, baby, it's okay, I'll go take it back and get you a new one. And so I told him, I'm like, no, why don't you just wait? Because I felt it. It was this craziest feeling. I kept saying, why don't you wait? We'll all go together tomorrow. I was off on Monday. He's like, no, while you're at work, I'll take the boys and I'll go. And I'm like, well, baby, just stay. And I kept stressing him. So then my job calls, and then they say, no, we don't need you to come in. Can you come in at 3? Because somebody canceled. Somebody called in, and we need somebody for that 3 to 11. So I'm like, okay. I don't know how that would affect anything, but so okay. So I was like, okay. And so we're sitting. I was in the. Hold on. Yes, babe. Yes.
I'm riding with Michael.
Huh? Dad's already there.
I can't ride. I don't want. Dad just blasts his stuff. It's so annoying.
Okay, well, Dad is there. That's not fair that he drove over there. So next time.
No, I can I just go with him right now? Because
Okay, well, ask Dad.
He's all the way across the other side.
It don't matter. Ask him. That's disrespectful. Oh, kids. So, where was I at? Okay, so yeah, it's something I just kept saying, why don't you wait? Why don't you wait? And on the stair steps, he had his keychain. His keychain had a smiley face on there, and I kept looking at the smiley face like it was a magnet, like I wanted to grab his keys, but you don't think, like, okay, I gotta grab his keys, something's gonna happen. But I felt that. So I was like, no, just wait. So, he was sitting with, doing, he was in the kitchen. And he was in the dining room, and I was in the kitchen, and he was telling me a lot of stuff. He was like, baby, make sure the boys, focus on school, make sure the boys, be in sport, keep them active, keep them, into things so they don't have, time to do other things that we don't want them to do. Just so much stuff. But as normal, you would think that we were just talking, but now that I look back, he was literally telling me his desires. So what else happened? Okay, I go upstairs to get ready for work. I go upstairs to get ready for, well, a minute passes by, I clean the dishes and stuff. He goes upstairs. When you go upstairs to the hallway, to the right, there's a bedroom. There's a window. And when I got, was passing through to go to the bathroom, I seen him, and he was here's the window, and he was standing like this, just looking out the window. And knowing my late husband, he's a goofball. Like, he never stopped. He was just a goofball all the time. So I remember walking past it, going to the bathroom, and I remember thinking, like, what's wrong with him? Because he was like in a zone. So I was wondering, like, do they see? Do you see something? Do you feel something? I mean, it was really weird. So that was that. And then I go in the bathroom, I'm doing my hair. And I remember he walks in. But it was like quick. Like, he was so silent. It was really weird. He was so quiet. So he walked in the bathroom, and there's a huge mirror. I'm right here doing my hair, and he's right here. And then he leans all the way to the mirror, like this close, and he kept doing this. And I'm like, you crazy? What are you doing? Not thinking nothing, but he didn't say nothing. He just walked out. Again, my late husband was a goofball. His norm when I'm in the bathroom, he would like jump on the counter and just dance in front of me and stuff. I mean, he was just a goofball. So that was that. And then he cleaned the rooms, like moved the bed, vacuumed everything. I'm like, what is he doing? Afterwards, I start telling myself that he was like preparing for the new chapter for us. So that's that. And then what happened? Then it was time to go to work. I was walking out the hallway to go downstairs. The kids were downstairs. Now that I remember. And I remember him like the movie in E.T. where the girl's walking out the room and the boy grabbed her hand. He literally grabbed my arm and hugged me and gave me a kiss, and he said, you are the best thing that has ever happened to me. He said, you and the boys. And then I remember him holding my stomach, and our third son is Amari. I remember him holding my stomach and just saying, Amari, you're gonna be a great boy, and kissing it. He's like, Daddy loves you and all that. And I was just thinking that he was being romantic. And then I go downstairs, and he goes back to his vacuum because that's all I heard. I go downstairs, and when I'm going downstairs, you're going down the stairs, there's the outside door. Both boys were standing right here, and you guys, kidding you not, they were this way. kidding you not. Like, they seen what I was feeling in the house. Like, they literally was seeing it and just didn't know how to react. And they were standing like this. So I'm like, Quadra's name, you guys okay? No sound. So, you know, man, that's some crazy stuff. They were just standing there. And I remember I grabbed them because it was obvious I want to make sure they were okay. And then the keys were right there, and I kept looking at the keys with that smiley face. I threw that smiley face. Oh, I threw this afterward. After everything happened, I threw it away because I was so mad. I was mad at myself. But whatever the kids were seeing, they were seeing it, but they were so young to not understand how to share or explain what was going on. So I gave them a kiss, and I even told David, I'm like, baby, the boys don't look good. You know, why don't you guys just stay and wait for me until Monday? We can all go together. He's like, no, baby. I'm like, okay, well, call me. Let me know when you guys are back home. I leave to work. I was supposed to be there at 3. I got there at 3:05 because I was running late because I was trying to figure out what's wrong with the boys. I get there at 3:05. You know, we switch managers. I get my drawer ready and stuff. I get my lunch, put it in the refrigerator. Maybe like 3:15, you know, I'm pregnant, I'm hungry. The clinic was real slow. The restaurant was real slow. So like, let me go ahead and eat my sandwich. And I'll never forget, it was a pita bread with hummus and tomatoes. That's what I was craving. So I remember having it on the counter and opening it, and the phone rings. And as a manager, I'm the only one that can answer. So I answer. I'm like, and this was like 3. I get there at 3:45. This was like at 3:35. And it was the police, and she was like, yes, hello, we were trying to figure out, is there anybody there that owns a gray Pontiac? And I'm like, gray Pontiac? No. But I was like, well, I just got to work, so maybe one of the employees got a new one. So, you know, I put the phone down, and I go to all the employees, and I'm like, so who got a brand new car, a gray Pontiac? And they all were like, no, we didn't get any. So I go back to the phone, I'm like, no, I'm sorry, nobody got nobody has a gray Pontiac. And I kid you not, before I hung up, I was like, but wait, it was the weirdest thing. I was like, my husband owns one. And then she was like, are you Miss Jackson? And I was like, yes. And she was like, okay, well, they were in an accident, so we're sending a police officer to come pick you up. So I kept saying, I'm like, okay, they're in an accident. Are they okay? Are the kids okay? You know, there's 2 kids with them. Are they okay? And she's like, yeah, you know, can't really say nothing. Everything is okay, but I'm sending the police to you. So in my mind, David is mad, you know, that he messed up the car. He doesn't want to make me drive alone because I'm pregnant, you know, stress and all that. So in my head, I'm saying, well, he told them to send a police officer so I can you know, so I can not stress about the issue or whatever, you know, that everything is okay, but the car is messed up. So that's what was going through my head. I get in the office to call another manager that just left, Miranda, if you're watching, you know, to call her to say, okay, my husband, they were in a car accident. I don't know what's going on, but they're sending a police officer to come take me to the hospital. Not knowing, she just seen it on the news. It was breaking news. But bless her heart, she didn't. No, she didn't. She did not. That wasn't her. So it was weird. Like, she just left work and she literally turned around to come back. Because another person would say, oh, I'm busy or whatever. So she comes back. While I'm waiting on her, I remember falling in the office to my knees, and I said, Lord, Father God, protect the boys. And because I'm thinking, my husband is a grown man, nothing's gonna happen to him, so I'm like saying, protect the boys. And while I'm crying and stuff, it was so weird. My brother, in a whole different state, called me. He goes, are you okay? So it's like we have that connection, and I'm like, yeah, they were just in an accident. I don't know what's going on. I'll call you and let you know what's going on. Like, he didn't know anything. He just felt my vibe. So the police officer comes. You know, as soon as she walks in, I said, are my family okay? Are the kids okay? And he said, what did he say? He said, oh yeah. And I remember him saying yeah, because I was okay. because he took me to the police's car, and I went and sat down, and then he turned around and went back in. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, he just brought me in the car, why in the heck is he going back in? But not thinking, not thinking like he's going back in. That's what the girls told me later. He went back in to let them know that this would happen, so you guys need to just take her off the schedule. Not knowing that, so we get to the hospital, and we drove right there, and I walk in, and I'm panicking now because nobody's speaking. I'm panicking. I run in there. I remember running in a room, and they had both of my sons in the beds, and doctors was just literally lifting arms, lifting leg, pulling, doing this to make sure there was nothing. And I'm like, baby, you okay? And, I'm just looking, doctors, nurses pushing me back. And then I remember it was so weird. Everything, like, it was just like a zone. I remember, after a minute, all the doctors, nurses, everybody was gone. So it was just me and the two boys, and there was a chair in the middle, and I sat in the chair, and I'm like, okay, well, waiting for my husband to walk through. And I remember my oldest looked at me laying down, and he was like, Mommy, Daddy died. And I cussed him out. I said every bad word in the book, because I was like, don't ever say that again. And I remember an ambulance man was walking back and forth, and he looked at me and he did this and walked away. So here it is now. I'm just like cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. I'm sitting in the chair, and I have my head down because I don't want the kids to see me crying. I'm like, okay, where's my husband? Then his brother walks and runs in, and he's like, Shadia, where's my brother? Where's my brother? And I'm like, Kevin, I don't know. Nobody's telling me nothing. He's like, oh no, he's still at the scene. That's not good. That's not good. And just screaming. And I'm like, what is going on? So, I'm down like this. And just like, I'm sure I was praying. I don't remember. And I remember seeing somebody come in front of me and sat down. And I remember seeing state police shoes and pants. And I remember as soon as when he sat, he had the board, and he had his wallet. And then he looked at me and he goes, I am so sorry. How did he say it? He's like, I'm so sorry, but your husband didn't make it or something. I don't remember how he said it, but that was that. And I went cuckoo for Cocoa Puff. I cussed him out, and then I ran out. And I remember, because I needed air, I ran out. And I remember every time I drive by that building, I remember that spot, because I remember I came out and I was screaming and crying. And I remember all of a sudden I felt a doctor just hold me. It was a woman, and I cannot remember who she is, and she held me. And when she held me, I woke up. Like, I was in this crazy zone. And when she held me, I woke up, and then I was like, no. And then I fell to the ground, and I was holding my stomach. And I remember her screaming, she's pregnant, she's pregnant. So they took me and sat me down, calmed me down. That was it. And a little 25 minutes. 25 minutes, it was my whole world turned around. But yeah, now this was November. It was November of 2008. We'll never forget that day. It was November 9, 2008. That was it. And after that, I couldn't sleep in our bedroom. I slept in the living room. I had so many. I will leave that for later. So many encounters that he came. You may think I'm crazy, but he really came to say his goodbyes, and they were so real, so real. I'll leave that for another story, but this was just too much right now. So, but yeah, God rest his soul. He was my first boyfriend, my first kiss, my first everything. and I'm thankful and grateful that he was my first everything. Of course, I still love him. You know, I mean, he's my husband. We weren't divorcing. We weren't fighting. We were these two goofy couples. You know, I see a lot in the boys. They'll do things or say things, and I just be like, what? What? You know, literally be just like him. So, but yeah. So the next story, video number 4, will be about the encounters. Oh my gosh, you guys. And I'm so thankful that somebody was with me to say that they saw the same thing. Because if it were just me, they'll say, oh, she's just a grieving wife, you know, and all that. But I have proof. People were with me that they were like, did you see that? To a point where after a minute I had to pray him off. I had to say, okay, baby, it's time for you to go, because it was too much. It was too much. So yeah, but yeah, I'm grateful and I'm thankful. I'm blessed and very, very grateful. Okay, I'll let you guys go. Remember, peace, sugar, and lots of love. Remember, God loves you, and I love you too, you guys. Love you guys. Tell me if you guys like these stories. Bye.